Did someone order a double serving of dimples? So yes. Well, here you go. Thank you. Wha-bam! Wha-bam! Did I do that right? Hey, girl. Hello, Leo. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and I'm going to be doing your weekly love reading between you and your person. Now, keep things in perspective, though. I'm just a man reading you some tarot cards, Leo. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't. And if you do find some cards that resonate with you, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Also, if you find that this reading does give you a sense of direction, be sure to give me a like and subscribe because it does help out my channel a lot, Leo, and I'm always super appreciative when you take the time to do that for me. But when it comes to any of my readings, but in this reading in specific, my readings are meant to give you perspective of what's going on between you and your person's energy, at least from from an energetic standpoint. I'm here to help simply just give you some perspective through tarot cards of what's going on this week in terms of this connection that you have with this person in mind, Leo. But it's ultimately up to you to make the decision on what it is that you want to do with this connection because, again, you're the one living its life, this experience, not me. So let's just jump into this reading with the clarifiers. I'll pull as I see necessary. On your side of things, we have the King of Coins. All your cards are in the reverse, actually. My goodness, Leo. King of Coins in the reverse for you. So I feel like this is like a situation of where you're ready for something new. I feel like you're ready for something new, and it's kind of making sense with this Hierophant energy here on the reverse on their side of things. They're not learning from something, so it's almost as like you're ready to just like tear up this old foundation or almost kind of like set a standard being like enough's enough, right? That's what that King of Pentacles represents. Even if you do want this person still, you're just like enough's enough. It's time for you to start learning. It's time for you to start respecting my boundaries. It's time for you to start growing up, right? The energy between you two, Ace of Coins in the reverse. So it's not looking, in terms of this connection this week, it's looking a little bit rocky. I'm going to be honest here, Leo. But let's pull some clarifiers. Let's see what's going on because the message could change entirely. King of Coins on your side, we have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you, again, this is the situation of where even if it seemingly is looking like a pretty downer of a reading, it feels almost as if you're making just decisions that are going to make you happy in the long term right now. So even if the decisions that you're making or the things that and the actions that you're taking right now, Leo, may seem aggressive or angry or what have you, you're doing just whatever you need to do to feel happy and content inside, right? We have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is letting me know of where, okay, it's almost as if, Leo, I'm getting a situation of where it's like, let's just use the example of like someone else coming into the picture. It doesn't have to be someone else, but like the Seven of Cups is letting you know because someone else came into the picture, gave you a little bit of attention. It's almost as if like you realize, you're like, wait a minute, I can be appreciated on a much deeper level than what this person over here is doing right now. So it's almost as if you realizing finally that you have options and that you can go a completely different path if you want to, which is empowering in a sense. And I feel like that's part of the reason why you're this King of Coins in the reverse for this week, because it's like, you know, you have options, so you have no problems letting things go or setting boundaries on stuff, because it's just like, you know, if this doesn't work out, honey, like I'm still going to go with what fulfills me, and I have 7 other cups that I can still choose from, right? And you are not included in those cups, right? So I say you as in you talking to that person, obviously. And then Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're just about yourself right now, Leo, which is not a bad thing. You're about yourself, and this is quite literally like an energy of someone putting themselves first, an energy of someone seeing their self-worth, an energy of someone that's perfectly okay and will walk out when they threaten to walk out, right? You know, there's people that are just like, oh, you know, if you don't say my name, if you don't call me back, like I'm gone for good, right? But you don't turn your back, you don't look around, you don't look back, you don't give second chances or 10th chances, right? Maybe you have given chances to this person in the past, but they just haven't been learning it, and that's why they have the Hierophant in the reverse. And you're just kind of done. You're just going about thinking about like, okay, this thing isn't making me happy anymore, so you need to start self-reflecting, or you've been self-reflecting and start investing in yourself of what makes you happy. So overall, on your side of things, Leo, even though it doesn't seem like this specific connection is working out, your side of things, you're kind of living in bliss in the sense of doing what you need to do to make yourself happy and fulfilled. Now, on their side of things, with this person, Hierophant means two things. Hierophant means, like, this is kind of like the marriage card, or just like higher commitment. This is the card of just learning as well. Like, I feel like kind of like someone that will, when this Hierophant card, when I say learning, for the Hierophant, I associate it with kind of like self-awareness, learning of like having a broader self-awareness on terms of things, not being as self-involved through the experience or learning of like different actions or events coming up. When this is in the reverse, this is showing me someone that's not ready for commitment, someone that isn't learning from their actions or learning from their cycles and repeating cycles potentially. So if we see a bunch of 10s in the reverse, well, really just 10s in general, we'll know that this is a cycle that's not ending quite yet. But let's pull some clarifiers on their side, Leo. 8 of Swords, yep, this person's in their head, girl. Leo, you already kind of know what this is about with this person. It almost feels like it's one of those constant loops where they're like, they start opening up and then it's just like, because they have their own insecurities, they just start shrinking back down and just like, you know, they don't have their high moments for long. They start self-sabotaging in some type of way, and you're just tired of that self-sabotaging because it's like they're not learning from it, Leo. They're not learning from the self-sabotage, so it just feels like a constant loop for them. 10 of Swords coming in. No, here's the 10s with the swords. With all these swords, there's so much in their head, Leo, and I just don't see them ending this cycle. And I don't think you see them ending this cycle anytime soon. I feel like this is a cycle that's been going on, and this has been their story for quite some time, Leo, and you're just ready to let go of it. King of Pentacles. It's funny that the King of Pentacles comes in with the Queen of Pentacles on your side. This is kind of confirming to me because I know for some of you Leos that have been tapping into my readings for a while, you have been hung up on this energy. It's been a very like hot and cold energy where it's just like, there's just like that energy where it's just like there are just some weeks you're just really feeling them and in other weeks you just want to give them a knuckle sandwich. But that's because it's like they're your person, but I feel like they're just like in a lot of ways they're similar to you, but they're in very specific, seemingly subtle ways, they're just so different. And I feel like they're so different because of like stuff that they just need to heal and damage that they've been going through, which is not, again, not an excuse, but I feel like this energy isn't like their true character, right? This is something that like if they need to just go to therapy for, and once they work it out through therapy, those cards would be gone, and then we would just have the Hierophant, right? But because they're not going to therapy, right? Well, going on with this analogy, obviously I don't know if they're going to therapy or not, Leo. Because they're not going to therapy, that's why they have this going on here. The King of Pentacles is ultimately who they are. So this is quite literally the counterpart energy, but it's until they like figure this sword energy out and learn from it, ultimately, it's not going anywhere on their side of things, it seems, Leo. Ace of Coins in the reverse in between this connection. So even if we didn't get perspective on their side of things, this is again literally saying that it doesn't seem as if this connection this week, if you were to like connect with them, it's gonna be profitable. 5 of Cups, I feels like distracted on their side of things. They're paying attention to what's the glasses that have been spilt rather than focusing on what it is that they could create with this 5 of Cups energy. Yeah, this person right now is just too hung up on whatever spilled their cups. And I feel like whatever spilled their cups was like their own ego, their own mental, right? 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Girl, what did I say earlier? I said if I anticipate some 10s. Cycles. This is letting me know this is a cycle on their side of things, Leo. It's nothing to do with you, but it's like this cycle is affecting like the foundation of this connection. And this cycle, like I don't see, again, with that Hierophant energy, it's just, I really don't feel like I even need to pull clarifiers. The moment we see that Hierophant in the reverse, which is arguably like my least favorite card, because it's just like someone that isn't learning, someone that's just being oblivious, and you really can't do anything about it. Like, because the Hierophant in the reverse, like, it's almost like a choice at that point. It has to be a choice because Hierophant this is not like something that's just new, something that's just occurred. This is something that's been a long time thing, and it's just like, I don't know it's going to take something drastic for the cycle to break. Final card I pulled, 3 of Swords. Leo, I'm so sorry that this isn't like a bubbly, like happy reading being like, oh yeah, true love, da 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 da. But I mean, one, what kind of reading would that be? But two, I feel like deep down you kind of already know that this connection with somebody just wasn't worth it and you're ready for something new. But yeah, again, ultimately it's up to you to make the final decision. I just don't want you to waste your time, Leo. And anytime, like, if I see this Hierophant in the reverse, whenever I pull a card for somebody and I see this, I'm like, oh, honey, because you can't change that. You can't change that energy. There's nothing you can do. And it's all up to them. And it's like, they haven't done anything until that point. And so it's one of those things, they have to have a serious tower moment before they start having this Hierophant in the upright, I feel. And it's kind of the question of, are you going to be that tower moment by walking away? Or are you going to stick it with them until they get a tower moment presented to them by spirit, right? Regardless, Three of Swords talks about pain in terms of this. So maybe just this week, don't focus on this connection. Don't give energy to this connection. But yeah. Hopefully this reading was helpful in some type of way, Leo. Again, I'm sorry it wasn't just the happiest of readings, but I hope this was helpful in some type of way. How many times can I say that? I love you so much. Let me close this reading out. Bye, Leo.